Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Saints TV YouTube channel. Welcome to Trade Talk, a live trade talk again. Obviously, we're doing a deadline day live stream. Everyone in the comments, thank you for tuning in. It's going to be interesting. I've got Woody here with me. We've got some players that obviously are going to be the big talking points for the next couple of hours. We're going to run until 7:30. We're going to go all the way until the very end, and hopefully we'll come out of this all right, but it seems like a bit of a mixed bag at the moment. Woody, thanks for joining, mate. How's it going?
Yeah, very well, mate. Very well. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy off season so far, and we've got the last craziest 2 hours to go. So very excited for it all.
What fast forward 2 hours. We're going to jump the gun. We love to, be predictors in this space. You're very good at predicting things. You predicted the top eight and the ladder pretty much. You're like the winner of that. Predict what happens. 7:31 ticks over. What has happened for the St Kilda Football Club in that time?
Well, I mean,
What do
I
you think?
suppose in terms of what we might have different from right now, um, I think there's a reasonable chance that we do see another player move. Um, I don't know if I'm breaking news for people that aren't up to date, but yeah, we've heard recently that Steele might be open to the move to Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, yeah, I think that one potentially gets done. I mean, if that's kind of what we said at the start, if Steele is wants to move, we'd facilitate it. So
Yep.
yeah, if he wants to go, I reckon that gets done. Marshall to Geelong. Look, I've been pretty heavy-handed in what I say. I reckon two first is kind of the minimum threshold. If it was me, if I really wanted what I wanted, it'd be
Mm.
Sam Conning and next year's first, and that'd probably get me over the line. But yeah, I think one of them at least gets done. I'd say.
How's this? No chance. Nah, that's not happening, mate. No way we buckle. No way. It's way overs for Marshall, or it's no deal. That's the way I'm seeing it at the moment. I think that's the way St Kilda's playing it. I do imagine Andrew Mackie is waiting until the very last minute to go a Hail Mary and really test our resolve, but I don't think we're going to be looking too far ahead if that's what's on offer. I'll just quickly read out what Sam Edmund had tweeted about Jack Steele for those that just tuned in. So he went, Melbourne's interest in Jack Steele is reciprocated by the St Kilda captain. Steele has stated his preference is to stay at the Saints, but he's open to joining the Demons subject to a trade. 2 years to run on a contract, so negotiations would take place on who pays what. So that is currently where it stands. I'd
Yeah.
imagine, I don't know if it was a front-ended deal, but I'd imagine that they would just pick up the slack, wouldn't they, the Ds?
Yeah, well, to be fair, they
Depends on what they
are
offer, I
picking
guess,
up
in
the slack
picks.
on Oliver a fair bit as
True,
well.
yeah, yeah.
So I mean, I guess the benefit of Steele would be price point and leadership. Offers a defensive side to help out when Viney's not getting the job done by himself, maybe. But I mean, I think he'd be a good acquisition for them.
Mm.
Um, you know, realistically, they don't really have picks that I'd love at the moment. They have pick what, 24, 28, and then 66 and 71.
Mm.
And look, 24, 28 are going to go to Gold Coast. So my hope would be we
Doesn't take
get,
much.
yeah, one of their picks back from Gold Coast. They've got a few in the 30s, 36, 37, but they've also got a 52. So my guess would be if Jack goes, it's probably either 37 or 52 that we would
Mm.
get back from him. So
It depends if
yeah, a
we
bit
want to just
tough.
invest in, I don't know, in the future drafts as well. Like if we ask for a future, I mean, a future second off the Ds would be pretty solid. Like when you think about it, what their season could hold in store. And it seems like that's exactly what I think we wanted from the Cats initially. We wanted some a future pick, so maybe there's something to be said there. Maybe not this year, but looking beyond that. If it were to get that, I obviously wouldn't mind. I just feel like it'd be a great sign of, I don't know, the overall club's maturity if we got out of this, not with anyone leaving, retaining everyone and just putting up the middle finger to everyone and saying, see, that mass exodus, that didn't happen, you know? So, and I think more clubs are starting to do that. Look at the Bombers and with Merritt, you know, playing hardball as they should. Obviously Carlton with Curnow. It'd be staggering if all of those deals just fell over in these last 2 hours. But, you know, I don't know. I just feel like the AFL's got this script, you know, and they're reading from it. And these sort of things are done. Petrarca's done. Like, you know, like those sort of things are done.
Well, I feel like they came out a couple of hours ago with the basis of what the pick was going to be. So, I mean, at this point, it'd just be maybe Melbourne seeing if they need more, like for a steal situation, what would kind of need to be required for more, maybe. Like, I think that's kind of where we'd be at. Like, a few deals are being held up by a couple of teams. It'll all go through in a flurry really quickly. And there's going to be a potential worry at the end for those that are, you know, towards the back end of the totem pole, the Steels, the Buku Karmases, those types will be waiting on quite a few other deals to go through before they can get their deal done. So, yeah, it'll be tough at the end.
I wonder if there's any, you know, if we had any view on landing someone else in this. Obviously, I feel like we're kind of wrapped up, but it depends how quickly, if we were to lose a player, whether it's Steele or Marshall, if that happened with a couple hours to go, you know, within the next hour, if we could look at using whatever we get for them on something else. But the only one I could think of would be a Cam McKenzie, but I just don't see that happening anymore. If Steele's interest is St Kilda or Melbourne and not, you know, a club like the Bombers.
I would make, if it was me and like Roma leaves, I would probably have a punt at Mason Cox. I just think he's kind of like a worse Roma in a lot of regards, a lot cheaper, and yeah, I don't think it costs next to anything to get him over the line from Collingwood. So he's one I'd keep an eye on. Otherwise, it's hard to see. I think the big names are done at this point. You feel like something would have leaked, like something would have come out about big decisions. So I feel like we know the potential deals, the big ones. If it's going to happen, it's going to be Steele or Marshall. But a surprise big deal, I just couldn't see it happening anymore.
John's pretty certain Jack won't leave. That's his opinion. That's very confident. Stephen says we can afford to play hardball. We can. It's kind of in our control. It's really up to the Cats to test our resolve. And at this point in time, and I mean, to be fair, maybe they are, but we're not even, supposedly from what people are saying and what Trade Radio has been talking about, we're not even really open to having a conversation with Geelong just yet. When they showed Gubby in that walking in, I was like, shit, they're actually turned up. I was like, wouldn't it be hilarious if St Kilda just didn't rock up? Like they're out having dinner or something, having a vino with the team or with a couple of the boys, and everyone's at Marvel trying to do deals, and they've got their phone on.
D'Estasio's in Carlton or something like that.
Yeah.
No, I think they're contractually obliged to be there. Otherwise, they might not. Look, in terms of Cox,
I don't rate the Cox call, man. I'm just going to call you out on that. I don't want.
I don't think he did.
I don't want to hear a conversation about Mason Cox. I don't want to hear one about Soldo.
The thing is, I don't
I
want
just,
Soldo. So, like, if we're gonna get another experienced ruck that we don't play anyway, I think Cox
yeah,
is
at
my
that point,
favourite.
it's just, yeah,
But
like
yeah,
we've got Dodson, who's going to take some time. Steele, Keeler, going to take some time. Obviously, Max Heath is at Melbourne now, which is where Jack Steele might turn. Melbourne seem to love St Kilda players now, all of a
they
sudden.
do. Wow,
That's now the
Alan
fifth player
Richardson
they
is
might
there,
get. Yeah.
so I think they're an odd one. Yeah, nah, I look fair and B. My bad, brother. My bad. Yeah, I don't think it's really a contract thing. I don't think the Lear was a contract thing. I'd be surprised if the board stepped in and really did veto further trades, but at the same time, yeah, like I feel like there was bigger targets that we just didn't want to use liquidity on because we're going to have to use future picks to kind of get it done.
Yeah. It's always weird when you potentially see players, especially a captain of a club. We can't forget, obviously he stepped down, but at this point in time, he's still the captain because we haven't named another captain. So to see him in another club's Guernsey would be very weird. What percentage, Woody, are you of keeping both at this point? Is it a 50-50? 60%? I'm hovering. I'm still going to back myself in and go probably 70% chance. I think that we retain both. I was more worried about Rowe and confident about Steele like 2 hours ago, and now it's almost like I'm more confident about keeping Marshall and not so much about Steele right now.
It's tough, man. Like, yeah, and an hour ago I was the same, right? But look, if Steele really wants to go, I'm guessing that gets done. So I'd say the chance of keeping both, provided Steele is interested in leaving, is near on zero. But like that really comes down to like the accuracy of reporting, so right now I'd say it's 50-50, just in what I've heard versus what I want. And it could be either, man. So who knows?
Holmes will come to St Kilda eventually because he grew up. Oh, yeah. Hey, if you're going to, this is the time to be delusional. If you live on X and you see all the potential trades and what people think players are valued at, even though they haven't played a game in 4 years, this is Delusionville right now. So welcome to the party.
Yep. And my delusion is actually next year. It's that we get the pair to two kings, or the pair to two twins in De Koning and King. And then, just that one extra mid to top it all off. It'd be great if it was Butters, just to stab one back on Port after they did us all year, just to pull him out of there. Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just, thank you.
I was going to save this till
that.
the end, but yeah, no, it's Jacob's
well,
birthday.
I just meant it's my birthday. Saners, do something awesome, please. Don't get rid of two players on my birthday. Give us something nice. Give us a McKenzie. Do something. Even test the waters. Test the resolve. Get into the Kerno situation. Try and piss off Sydney.
That's it.
Gubby's probably just walking around, going into every single room, and just saying g'day and sussing around, having a look at what's going on.
I couldn't imagine Gubby doing anything right now. I imagine him kicking back.
Yeah, they're not
sitting there going, "I'm not moving. Come to me."
The cameras aren't going in our office because we're not doing anything.
There's a chance. Yeah,
they're like no activity in the Saints rooms.
I know. Mackie's going to be running between his room,
He'll be going,
Carlton, us.
Yeah, exactly.
Just pulling laps.
Kerno's going to. They're not getting Kerno. They can't, unless we've said no deal to Rowe, then they can just focus on something else. But it seems like Mackie's going to just test our resolve up until the last minute. And you can't do both at that point because they're both sharing similar collateral. in that, it'll be this year's first, maybe next year's, something like that.
They just don't want to get rid of a player, as far as I can tell. So
That's it. They never do though. That's just the way Geelong operate.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was
Unless it's Ryan Gamble
Mooney brought it up at one point. He was when they wanted to get Brad Ottens in 2002. They couldn't do it without giving up a player, and Bomber Thompson ended up having to give up Brent Maloney to Melbourne, who went on to be a reasonable player, but probably not what Brad Ottens. Like Maloney didn't do what Brad Ottens did for his club, right? So, I mean, to get these good players in, sometimes you do have to give up good players. And Geelong understood that at one point, and I think they've had it easy for a little while, and feels like they forgot it. Like if it was me, and I was Geelong, and I really wanted to get in a player, like you'd look at some of your. Like Graham Myers probably pretty close to the right type. Like he's very helpful in a lot of regards, but would you miss him a ton? Probably not.
Probably not.
Like you can probably replace it. So, I mean, if they really wanted to get Curnow in, Graham Myers was the perfect type of player to move out. So, yeah.
Richard says, just a concern if TDK has injuries. No Marshall could be a massive issue. Not just in the ruck, but also chopping out a bit of pressure with returning King in the forward line. I think having Marshall there is a big thing. He doesn't have to kick 50 goals, but he takes a potential defender and his extra bit of height down there that we haven't had for a number of years. So there's more to it than just his standalone stats and skills that he brings to the table. Max Heath is unproven, but he's gone, so that doesn't matter. I also think now that it's 5 on Pine, most will play 2 rucks. Just a thought. Yeah.
I do wonder if people are going to play 2 rucks. Like,
I think a lot of, especially with the success of even Brisbane in the grand final, I think it'll be something they'll trial.
The only reason I don't think there'll be 2 dedicated rucks. Very often.
We would have, apart from Fremantle, we would have the best ruck combo, the closest in the competition.
To 2. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the only issue I see with that is the potential change for out of bounds movements in the future, with it being last touch. Look, it's probably only going to reduce the amount of throw-ins by about 5 or 6 a game. But that's 5 or 6 less around the ground stoppages, that we don't have, that Roma would have been dominating in normally, right? And we'd kind of be sending him to them. For me, I wonder if there's going to be many needs with the reduced ruck contests for two rucks, 2 full-time or close to full-time rucks. So I think Freo and us will have a question come next year, because we're operating on about 100 ruck contests a week, roughly, and that'll probably drop down to just over 90. So we will need to be more effective with our opportunities. It'll be interesting.
It'll help defensively as well. Like, we're so focused on, Tom's going to be brilliant in the centre bounce, turn into another midfielder post clearance. That's what we got him for. It's always on the big money. Marshall's obviously, we've seen how versatile he is, but then to have players like, even when we get inside 50, the kick out, to have a tall forward and then even behind the ball, I just feel like we'll be able to lock teams in the 50 a lot more instead of them rebounding. And then even going into, a team's attack, having Marshall drift back or Tom drift back and have that extra support with a Wilkie and all this, I think it just makes us better. I mean, I think how many times this year post a loss we talked about, we got dominated in the air, we lost the marks, we got, contested marks, we were just down and out, in a lot of our losses. I don't think we did well in any of those areas. So if we fix that
definitely agree.
Yeah.
I think for me, a lot of that came down to, obviously Roma's a bit more helpful behind the ball, at least this past year or so. while we've been, not as dominant going forward. And yeah, that obviously means we're requiring our full forward, centre half forward, third tall to take those marks. And to be honest, they just haven't done it. And neither is our sort of outlet. We haven't used the outlet wing or switch as much as we probably should have in that sort of transition play. But I mean, there's an element of we haven't used that middle third of the ground to get marks from any of the players you'd associate with getting marks. So while I think having two there would be really helpful, because we've just been missing a centre half forward and a full forward this year as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those ones where I think we need to see a little bit more from either Mitchie, and I think he showed that towards the end, especially in getting free kicks, or contested marks in general from Mitchie and Cooper Sharman. They're two that really need to get some. Wood as well on the outlet wing, on the switch. He needs to be getting more contested marks in those positions to get the feed out quickly. And yeah, we need a King or a Rowan up the very front to kind of be that next pass and try and get another one. So yeah, you're right. We definitely need these improvements, because it's where we've broken down in terms of play. I do wonder if Roma is 100% needed in that regard. I wonder if getting King back, another year of development from Owens, Sharman, maybe even Keeler or Caminiti is all we need. So as much as I think Roma could do the job, I think there's a potential that he is surplus to needs if we develop more, So we're in an interesting opportunity.
I agree, but also think that we want to be going into next year with as much certainty as possible. And as much as I agree, there are potential, in a lot of the players you named, and they could fill the void in that area. We don't know for sure yet. And I think the club's in that position where they know they need to win games. They know we have to climb up the ladder to retain Naz, to do a number of other things, lure other free agents this time next year as well, be that destination club again in 12 months' time. Probably more so than now, whereas now we've had the money, but we want to be more than that in 12 months. You want to be going into next year, I think, with as many certainties as possible. And a certainty for me is Marshall is pretty solid around the ground. He can take a mark, he can kick a goal, he can chop out Tom, make his workload a little bit less when needed. Whereas, yeah, there's still question marks on obviously Dodson's development, Keeler's development, Hammer, back or forward. Whichever one you prefer.
Back or forward as well.
Yeah, Taru, exactly. Yeah, so there's question marks on all that. This year was the question mark year for me, I want next year to be a little bit more certain. So that's kind of my belief. But
I think we'll get a big jump next year. I think the real, look, maybe we could jump out of nowhere and steal a flag, but I think the real test will be the year after, because
100%.
It's going to be, all right, well, now not only do we know each other well, the opposition has had an opportunity to learn. We should have hopefully continued to grow into a side that they're hard, we're hard to stop. And hopefully we get to next year's off season and people are going, well, was this a flash in the pan from St Kilda? Will other teams figure them out? And then we're sitting there going, well, hopefully that's not even the beginning of our development. And you've just seen the kind of peak begins. And who knows how far this, upward trend goes. That could be the question we get to. But for me, it's in terms of, what might happen, what's the best. Obviously, keeping Roma would be best forward in terms of forward structures. I do wonder if getting, say, pick 19 and Sam de Koning would be enough. We could then, have Tom floating forward a bit more, as Sam can obviously be the giant pillar defensively. And then with pick 19, we could get, Philippou 2.0, or we could get Ludovic, and a kind of key
Yeah.
forward that we've had our eye on. So,
Mm.
yeah, I mean,
It's
I think if
it's
it's
in,
enough, it's worth maybe considering moving Marshall, but
do you know
it's
what?
got to be enough,
It's interesting with like Petrarca, Melbourne, Bailey Humphrey trying to lure him across, and then you've got Curnow with Sydney and that, and then even players floated for the Carlton deal to like Myers, like that was rumored as well to go to Carlton to help get that over the line. I have not heard one expert. No, I haven't heard one of them throw in a pick and who's a player from Geelong that could go? Not one person. It is always, but 19's enough. Or maybe they'll throw in a future second. Maybe that'll get it done. But what else could St Kilda want? That's
Mate,
lit. And they've talked for 10 hours. They've talked for the last 9 days a bunch of shit. And I know people in the comments will agree because they've listened to Trade Radio, and you have too. Not once have I heard them say, could they get Sam De Koning? I mean, they've got his brother. Not one of them. And I'm like,
I
that's
vaguely
weird to me.
remember maybe in a show on SEN brought it up or something.
Maybe once.
And I think it was pretty much the answer was like, well, they're not going to do that, and that was the end of it.
Because it's Geelong.
I was just like, well, that's great hypotheticals, boys. Like, you'd think you'd want this sort of stuff for the week of content you've got, you know?
Yeah. Like the most chatter it got was when I posted Sam in a Saints Guernsey, and then all the Geelong fans are like, well, that's not going to happen. I'm like, well, why not? You're taking a player that for us over the last 4 years would be in our top 5 picked every week. 2 times he's been in the top 3 BNF. Stiff probably not to win one, to be honest, in a couple of years there. I remember there was one year when Seb Ross won it where he was awesome. Might have been 2018-19 around there. And then you see him with Paddy Ryder and what could be. Last time he really played with another known ruckman, and that was dangerous for us. And that's the one year we made finals and won a final, coincidentally. And then Paddy Ryder did his hammy, but he was great and influential that day. So you can see why Ross is standing firm on why we want to try this, even for 1 year. And people saying, well, why wouldn't you trade him now to get more value? The whole point is we don't want to trade him unless something crazy is offered. And if nothing crazy is being offered, then Ross and Gubby will walk away.
I mean, to be real, right?
It's pretty
like,
simple.
if you're gonna say, hey, like, why wouldn't you get the most value? Like, we're gonna get similar offers next year. Like, to be 100% real.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because next year will be the last year first round picks will be properly valued for a few years. So there's a good chance we get multiple first round picks for him next year. It might be 2027 and 2028, don't get me wrong, and which, you know, Tassie's really up in the top end of it, but we still get a lot of draft capital to move around eventually. So for me, there's just not really a reason to move Marshall unless you're getting something that not only immediately makes us better, but long-term probably helps us out too, because we're losing somebody that we're going to rely on in the short term and who we're expecting to make sure TDK gets a long career, make sure Dodson knows what he's meant to do when these opportunities come up. So, I mean, for me, it's pretty clear. Like, give us a good deal. Yeah, of course we'll consider it. But otherwise, like, why would you even bother? Like, why waste your time?
Totally agree. Even next year, you keep Rowe, you give Dodson more game time. We get more proof whether he can carry it post potentially Rowe leaving eventually. I just think it seems... What's this all about? Mater Collingwood have picked us St Kilda and Steele to Melbourne.
That'd be interesting.
Mater Collingwood have picked us St Kilda.
You know, if you said Cox was coming to St Kilda too, I would have believed that. I would have believed it, Daniel. Right now, it's all noise.
Mate, careful. No one wants to...
I look, just to be clear, if Cox came to St Kilda, I would still be pissed off if we gave him a game. But I could understand why we did it, right? Like,
I would rather get Goldstein than anyone if I had to pick an existing ruck. Goldie's ultimate professional, but I wouldn't be doing anyone else.
I just feel like it'd be mean Like Goldie's like trying to get a 104-year-old up out of bed. It's like, bro, just let him lie down. Like he's been doing this forever. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing. He could play until he's 40, honestly. He's close to it, isn't he? Isn't he like
I think
30?
he's like 37 or something.
37, yeah, good on him. Geez, 6:02. We're still waiting on some news. No movement again on Marshall.
Oh, they're discussing Marshall a little bit.
Here we go. Let's put it up. Yeah, that'd be funny.
All right.
Damo Barrett wants us to trade Marshall so badly.
Oh, bro,
is he a Geelong fan? Is he Geelong?
No, he's a Kangaroos fan, bro.
Who's he?
He's a Kangaroos fan.
Oh, is he Damo?
Yeah. Weird.
He must.
It's weird.
Sorry, I forget. He just hates us.
He
just hates us with a passion. Yeah.
He hates small Victorian sides, including the one he goes for. He's weird. Also, Damo pissed me off. I listened to Damo. They're like, right, and Brad Johnson was an idiot for suggesting this as well. But Brad's like, all right, well, I'm gonna be Geelong, and you're gonna be St Kilda. And we tried this the other day, and you just accepted the first offer. But let's try this again. I'm gonna offer you pick 19, and I'll accept that. Won't I? I think that's a great deal. Well, I guess this is over. I was like, this is the stupidest thing I couldn't believe it.
I messaged my good Geelong mate, right? And I was like, this year's first, next year's first. For Marshall, he's like, that's overs. I go, this year's first, Sam de Koning. That's overs. I'm like, mate.
Of course.
What can be done there? He's like, future second, that's it. I'm like, what? What planet? They live in a different universe.
I swear to God, some people
he's
actually
contracted.
don't understand footy.
He's contracted, and we've paid forward the next 2 years. We've paid for him to play at St Kilda for 26 and 27. We've paid a bulk of that already. That's why it amps up.
Yeah.
That's a big reason why we can ask for more.
And the thing is, Geelong will right now be saying, of course he's only worth X amount. He's one of St Kilda's highest paid. But the second that they get him, they'd be turning around and it's like, no, didn't you hear all the Saints fans saying he was like front loaded? Like he's only paid $400K. That's why we can fit another fucking $2 million player in. They're the biggest wankers, absolute biggest wankers. So I won't hear it from Geelong fans. They barely understand footy. They've sat at the top for so long. They don't care about rules. They don't care about salary cap. They just do whatever and they get away with it.
If the Hoops crew are still watching, I doubt they are. They're probably doing their own stream at the moment. But if they are, any Geelong fan is watching, give me your genuine offer that you think would be fair and would be reasonable for St Kilda to accept. Don't give me anything.
You can't ask them for fair because they don't understand what they mean.
I'm trying, okay?
Because they'll
I'm
go
open to hearing it from everyone.
Second round pick in 2027. Of course, that's fair. What do you mean? Like they don't have they don't. You'll get the closest I've heard to a Geelong fan getting close was first round pick this year. I think it was first round pick next year for our second round pick. I think that's what they went with. And I was like, okay, this person's starting to get their head around the idea that like it's probably going to cost about first round picks. I wouldn't be stunned if we gave a third rounder or something back. Like maybe like that future, does happen. You mean? Yeah, like we've got 2027. It's not going to be valued a ton. Yeah, I wouldn't be stunned if that happened. But I couldn't imagine us giving much more than that for like their next two first or this first and next one.
Give him Jack.
Might be.
Jack. I can't see anything for Steely.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Ben Williams, Naz's agent. Isn't it nice that we don't... Imagine we had that to worry about.
That would be annoying. I'm going to just check. Jack Steele moving to Melbourne,
2027 third
2027
rounder.
third rounder.
A third round, a 2027 third. Okay, well that's not. That really. We didn't really fight hard for that one, did we? Wait, we gave Max Heath away for a 2027 fourth rounder, and we're giving away our captain, past captain, who's got 2 years left on his deal, for a 2027 third. We're labeling Heath and Steele almost at the same pick to the same club.
I mean, look,
wait, is that? I'm waiting for Toomey. Have they not?
No, this is on Cleary. Like he's going with Channel 7 News. It's.
I know, but I prefer Cal Toomey usually.
Yeah. Yeah, they're running with it on you. Yeah. Okay. I mean, to be honest, we said this was probably going to be the case. Like.
But I didn't.
You take what, who knows if people said that we really asked for him to give back the captaincy or if he just offered it. That being said, as soon as you say, "Hey, mate, we don't really 100% see you in the 22, and we don't 100%, have any issues with you looking."
Wait, sorry, 1 sec.
That's probably it.
Damo's talking about it.
Yeah, it's part of the Collingwood deal.
A 2027 third rounder. Maybe he genuinely wanted it and we didn't stand in his way, didn't want to drag it on. Maybe we'll use 20... Again, it's a future pick. Maybe we've got something planned for the future that we need to think about. It is Melbourne's pick, right?
Yeah, it is Melbourne's.
So...
yeah. It might not be. It could be Collingwood. I'd assume it's Melbourne's pick, though.
Who did Collingwood get in that deal? Wait. Jeez. They've taken his salary is what he's saying. Holy shit. That's...
I mean, it makes more sense if they've taken his salary.
If they've taken his salary, maybe. I don't know exactly the details there, but... That's... feels weird, if I'm honest.
Yep.
But I guess you get... Feels like an era of St Kilda where we can't really afford to get too sentimental.
I mean, that's sport these days, Like...
Oh, that's it. That's it.
I mean, also, think about it. It used to take, a decade or so to be relevant. Like, if you want to do it quickly, you got to do these things. It sounds like it's just a future third round. Oh, no, that's for Clayton Oliver. Okay.
So, it's Trade Radio. So is it a 2027 third?
I don't know. It doesn't say it anywhere. Oh, let me check.
Because they say future third. Actually say the year. Because I can't find any...
It hasn't hit the wider internet yet.
Maybe in the comments they've got it. Yeah, great birthday present there. 2020. Okay, so John's confirming a 2027. Thanks, guys. That's the best part of doing these
Melbourne's
streams.
or Collingwood's.
This is what annoys me about Trade Radio. They're on and they talk fluff for 10 days, and then deals go through and they don't even have 2 seconds of the day to say, deal alert, this is the deal, this is the trade, these are the years, this is what's happened. It's just happened, and then they jump to Clary, and now we're back in the rooms with Carlton. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's Melbourne's apparently. I wonder if we'll use this future third straight away, Woody, on something.
That could honestly go with Roma.
Salary dump. With Roma? What, for their future first?
Yeah, for their future, for this year and next year's first, you could go with Roma.
How do I do the full screen?
It's likely to be better than our future third, so you'd assume.
Let's see what the people in the comments think of this deal. Because it certainly he doesn't look good in a Demons jumper, I'll tell you that much. Did you see it?
Have you done the swap? Oh no.
I'll put the graphic up. It looks Sainers, prepare yourselves. I'm sorry to do this to everyone, but this is what Jack Steele is going to be wearing next season. That
I hate it.
Doesn't look great at all.
I didn't like it. I don't like it.
I'll take it down. Don't worry. Yep, he looks shit in that jumper. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm going to get hate. I know, but I'm trying to. I guess the sooner we see it, the sooner we're going to see it in person, and it's going to suck.
To be honest,
it's down. I swear.
If Jack's going to like it more at Melbourne, good on whatever, right? Like. He was going to be surplus to our needs. He was going to be on the edge of selection. I loved Jack, but there's a reason he's not going to be captain next year. So if he's out at Melbourne, then fair enough.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Nah, we're not going to boo Steely. No chance. No. I mean, does that give us more wiggle room in the next hour and 15 minutes to do something if we've got his salary off the books? Is that possible? Knowing we have a bit more of a gap now?
I mean, if we got 2 firsts, we could potentially go all in for somebody, but
yeah, I was going to say we haven't even had time to process this properly, but I don't think there's any St Kilda supporter that has watched football the last 7 or 8 years since he joined from the Giants and questions his guts, his passion, and we can't forget that level of football he played. I mean, to me, 2020 Steele is very special because we played finals. He kicked that amazing goal, that dribbler to seal it against the Giants, I remember, against his old team. And that was when we all started to think that's Brownlow Steele. You know, he could actually win this, and he polled very well 2020, and I think 21 and 22 going into those subsequent seasons, he was close to a Brownlow favourite. That's the level of midfielder we had.
I don't know if you follow AFL Paradise on Instagram, but every Brownlow he's like my number one pick, Jack Steele from St Kilda. This year he was like he's gonna beat Dacos. He did it last year as well. He's a good one. He's gonna be upset.
Actually, put it in the comments, Sainers, your favourite moment or memory game that Steely played. Oliver's done. even against Melbourne a few years back, we didn't win, but he kicked, I think, 3 that day, and he was the only player really to give us any chance in that game. His tackle against Collingwood in the preseason, I think against Sidebottom, and he absolutely crunched him. And his battles against Cripper. Like, the one player that could play on Paddy Cripps, tag him, and get more of the ball than him. Ripper player Jack Steele. And a Ripper bloke as well. I've spoken to him a few times, and he's Melbourne, for their cultural shift, is very handy for them. But for us, it's I guess it's further proof that we are changing. This football club is a changing, whatever that song is. You would know, Woody. What's that song?
Bob Dylan, The Times They Are A-Changing.
That's a fair comment.
Yeah, me too. Oh my Lord.
Our Jack Macrae moment. I dare say if we didn't get Macrae last year, maybe maybe we're not having this conversation.
Yeah,
because I guess you have to pick one, and that's been the common discussion all year, is you can't play both in the same midfield at the same centre bounce. You've talked about it, Woody, on Moorabbin Metrics a few times as well. We've talked about it on the potty, and I guess the club have obviously picked Macrae in that situation. He's on less money. He is probably the better player right now. But yeah,
you know who I'd love now that Jack's gone? James Brobottom would be a pickup I'd definitely look at if we could get him in at the very last second.
Yeah.
But
good question from Obi. Who would you take as the number 1 tackle count next year since Jack's gone? I mean, if Garcia plays a full year,
I'd back Hugo. I thought of.
Yeah. Yes. I just think even if he plays like close to 20 games, I think he makes up the difference, and he'd probably average 5 tackles a game. Windy would be another one, 100%. But yeah, Garcia would be my pick. Boxshall as well, good call. It depends on how many games these blokes play, but yeah, we've got a number of. I mean, even Flanders would. I don't think he'll win it, but he'll lay a good 3 or 4 a week, I'd imagine.
So a quick look at numbers. Yeah, Garcia with 5.5, Macrae with 5.4 last year. Hunter Clark was 4th with 4.2, and then Hugh Boxshall 3.9. So yeah, I mean, I'd be looking at Garcia if he could. I feel like he lost a touch of his pace last year. I don't know if that was just focusing on building strength, and that maybe took away some of his fast twitch fibers or whatever. But I think he lost a slight step last year, and if he finds that again, his tackling prowess has gone up, and I would assume it continues to go up. So he'd be my number 1 pick.
Yep. Damn.
But I mean, that does give room for Boxshall. It'll be nice to see him
pressure.
more.
It's pressure for these blokes to lift and justify all of these decisions, really, when we think about it. I'm just putting up I don't like putting up the photo of Steely just in the Melbourne kits. I'm going to put one up of him in 2020 in his prime. Just to balance it out. Doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, I've got
where is it? Yeah, just to make up for the Melbourne image that I showed, he's still in his prime. 2020, kicking snags, getting 30 a week. Absolute machine.
Right. Jeez.
Well, are there more surprises in store? There's time.
I think there's a
You reckon
there's a
there's another?
reasonable chance.
Maybe
I
that's
would
why we did it
be
so quickly.
I would be surprised if there wasn't, to be honest. Clayton Oliver's done as well.
Yep.
Mm. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Cal Toomey just started running.
Is he running to the St Kilda room?
It's either going to be us or Carlton.
Imagine Geelong, St Kilda, and Carlton and Sydney all somehow join forces and do some enormous trade where we get Rowbottom, but
I
Marshall
would love
goes to
Rowbottom.
Geelong, Curnow goes to Sydney, then Carlton get some subsequent picks and players.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
Petrarca's
No.
on.
What a shock. No Bailey Humphrey though, D's fans. Apologies for that.
No,
That must suck.
nope. I think Bailey wants out, but I don't think it's happening this year,
Nah,
unfortunately.
it's definitely not happening this year. That's for sure.
Uh-oh. It's looking like Roma's probably going to get done.
Oh, the debrief posting Steele in his kit. Goddamn.
Oh, I don't want to look at it.
Don't look at it. I'm warning everyone. I posted a photo of him back in his Saints kit. It's okay.
It's good. Should have a...
We've hit 1,000 people watching at the
What
moment.
the heck? Cool. I don't know if you know this, but Will Taylor has been signed up to Collingwood as a VFLW development coach.
Did not know that.
That's cool as. Love Will Taylor. So, yeah, cool. Oh, yeah, I just saw it. Ugh.
Yeah, there's got to be something more to this. Jack Steele traded to Melbourne for their tea lady and a future pie boy. Freaking insulting.
Hey, I would take a tea lady. They're very useful. They're like the club culture.
We're going to get Walsh either 26 or 27, I reckon.
God, I hope not. His body hasn't been right for years.
Marshall to Cats for Gary Hocking and future 4th round 2028. It's one of the... That's actually one of the more realistic ones. That's good. Curnow to Sydney, Goulden to Carlton, and Walsh to St Kilda. Michael says, I think this is a good outcome for everyone. Jack extends his career probably in the midfield where he wouldn't with the Saints, and we clean our books. Good luck, Jack. Great servant of our club.
Yep. Bang on.
And I guess that's another way of,
best.
avoiding those silly conversations where people say, where's St Kilda getting all this money for? Like this time next year, if we go for a free agent, where's all this money coming from? Well, it's front-ending Rowe, it's getting rid of Steely, it's Webster retiring, it's, a bunch of players off the books. I guess that's the formula, isn't it?
That's it. And look, to be honest, right, we would have had Jack mulling in the twos. Like, if he can play 90% of games at Melbourne this year, next year, get another contract out of it, it's been 100% the right career move from him. So,
well,
I mean, we can't be too upset.
I think at this point now, there's no way we do Marshall unless it's a significant deal, because knowing, I mean, just from a PR point of view, you can't get rid of your captain essentially for peanuts and then buckle to Geelong if it's not a deal that is what we want and obviously deemed as overs. That's the only way that it'll work. Otherwise, you just keep Rowe and you pack up shop. You get rid of the salary from Steele and that's it.
Who else does Naz's manager manage?
Like Horn Francis. Is it Archie as well? Maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
Not too sure. No, surely we don't buckle to Geelong now. Yeah, Wilkie captain. Sinks will be in the list. Sinks will be like probably could be vice. Honestly,
we were almost guaranteed to let one player go. We needed to let one extra go if we were going to keep one of the three that are unsigned. It was going to happen. And that's honestly probably the biggest chance it happens again because I think we still need another list spot. It's the only thing that makes me think it potentially we could be interested in this.
Damn, Wilkes definite captain. Windy massive chance of vice captain minimum leadership group.
I'd have a sneaky eye on Naz to be VC next year.
Yeah. I mean.
He stepped up a lot in terms of public speaking and stuff in this last, not only before the signing, but particularly after the signing as well. So I could see it happening.
So the future third was from the Giants. Makes it even worse, really.
Well, we might have just gotten a thing through.
What have we done? Is that Ben Williams in the Hawthorn room? Is it?
I think Geelong's offered us something new.
Let's see.
So Petrarca was 7-8, 2026 first rounder from Gold Coast. Demons gave up Petrarca and 3 second rounders.
Oh. Yep, still standing firm is what Toomey's saying. I'll just add that. Boom. Yeah. 1 hour to go.
Yeah.
Let's see what the comments are saying.
Just doing a refresh everywhere.
Damn, I just realized I've got Steely.
Oh, true.
I've got Steely behind me, everyone. I'm gonna have to replay. That one, that sucks. And that's actually the photo. That's the exact post that I just put up. That's the image.
Yeah.
Damn it. I have to put one of Naz there somewhere, I guess.
Maybe hold off on Naz in case this is a bad omen. You having those framed dudes in the background.
Framed. I can't have a framed photo. Trade deadline day on my birthday. Those are bad omens. So far.
Yeah.
So far. Incoming big trade update, Daniel reckons.
I don't like when that happens because
See, look, if we somehow... Sorry, yeah, continue.
There tends to be just this thing out. Like ideas in the ether. The more that people say something's happening, the more that it's probably bloody happening.
So we're getting Zach Butters?
No, hopefully that's the big trade.
I mean, I do have we're going through images of players. I have got one of Zach Butters somewhere. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here we go. This time next year, Saners, would this be nice? Nice little surprise? Or is it? Oh, yeah. What do we reckon? Are we on?
Oh, God.
The candy on Butters? Is that a yes or a no? Put it in the comments.
Stripes. I was going to say they suit everybody, but like...
What's in the 2027 prelim that we win?
I don't know. I don't know if you can make any like clothing look good on that photo.
No, I know. But that is genuinely how pumped up he was in that image, you know?
It's true. It's true. That's the day he signs at St Kilda, finally gets out of port. Just yes. Like,
yeah, sorry about that, Nick.
Oh no! Please don't anything.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. You remove the sentiment out. We know that this is probably not a huge surprise, and if it wasn't this year, it was going to be imminent. And I wonder if depending on Zachy Jones' situation, I know Sam Flanders was number 3 at the Suns. Maybe he keeps it, but it remains to be seen what we're doing in terms of like Burns and Jones, Sean Maker as well. So for those that obviously a lot of us are surprised that Steele went for pretty much nothing. What is he worth? Okay. Remove the salary. What is he worth? Would he? What's a fair trade for, ex-captain of a club, best and fairest winner, all-Australian, got probably a good 3 or 4 years, maybe, let's say, that's probably being 2 to 3, would say. Yep, based on his body. What, mid-second rounder, some people say, future second.
Yeah, like it's probably like mid-late second.
Everyone's saying mid-second, mid to late. Geordie.
I don't like love what we got, but like at the end of the day, if you got 2-3 years of somebody that maybe comes into your midfield, maybe is on the edge of it, I wouldn't want to be paying much more than a second. Like mid-late second would be where I want. Yeah. If we wanted to get Steele in right now, like he doesn't play for us anymore, right? If we wanted to get Steele in right now, honestly, I probably wouldn't pay much more than like a late second.
I actually was going to just say the same thing. I think a late second to third round pick in any of the next couple of years is exactly what I probably would have done. Like if you take your Saints hat off and think about it from an opposition point of view, it's probably not far off in the end, but
like, what did we get McRae for? It was like pick 40.
Pick 45, I think. 43 or 45, yeah.
No, it's not far off that, So
2027 third pick. I mean, unless we're looking...
2027 is frustrating. If it was 2026, I'd be much happier with it.
And it's tied to the Giants.
Oh, is it?
Well, I think someone said it's the third round pick that the Giants gave for Clary.
Oh.
So if it's that, then it's worse because the Giants probably aren't going to fall off a cliff and make that any type of value unless something shocking happens. That's why if it was a Melbourne pick or something like that, maybe, but it's not. What do we play for Liam Ryan? Oh, that was a
I mean,
future
to be honest, Liam
second.
Ryan's going to be way more helpful for us next year than
Yeah, he
Jack
will be.
was. Like,
Different position. Yeah, I think. We also got their future third, I think, didn't we, from the Eagles?
yeah.
We got him. We gave up the future seconds, 2026 second, and got the third back with Ryan. Yeah, for sure. You can't lose track and Clary and then not try and fill that leadership void. So makes sense. And obviously Jai Simpkins too expensive. They're not in for merit. I guess the next best midfielder with leadership attributes is Jack Steele. And that's true. Lockie makes a good point. We made it known that he was we were happy for him to look around. You know?
Yeah. And
it's not like
look, Marshall. I mean, I see Joe's point as well. At the same time, I would mention that we don't have the club motto in our emblem anymore, to be fair. And like, man, we're doing what's best for him. Like, in some regards, yeah, you got to do what's best for St Kilda. But is what's best for St Kilda actually saying to your old captain, hey, mate, like, we don't want you to take the best opportunity available for you. We want you to sit in the twos doing nothing forever. What, just in case we need you, breaking case of emergency style. Like, it's not a good way to go about it. It's not really going to keep other people in your club on side either. It's better to let this person go at this point. So
100%. And Stu makes a great point, and he's done some great work on the channel as well. So shout out to Stu, filming a lot of the training stuff last off season. But I posted it after the Lecalier stuff that it's not personal, it's strictly business. And that's for players that we could bring in. But no doubt that approach we have to maintain will be taken internally as well. It is not personal. It's just business. Your time is done. We need to move on, So I think the whole we're not here to make friends thing, it's easy to say, it's pertaining to other clubs and managers, but also internally, we are probably doing the right thing by Steele. And some of the best clubs do that. They know when a player's time is up and respectfully prolong his career by organising a deal elsewhere. So it's probably one that the more we think about, the more we'll understand. But straight off the bat, when you see Steele in a Melbourne Guernsey and you see future third pick in 2027, you're thinking, shit.
Did you hear
what the hell just happened there? bro. Yeah.
That was like Damian Barrett was about to become a beat or something. Like,
yeah.
Rowan
Marshall. Yeah.
Future
first. Future first. We don't know if I don't think he was forced out, Peter, to be honest, mate.
We don't. Yeah.
I mean, my understanding is he was happy at St Kilda, and the only way that he would have gone anywhere is if he was happy to go somewhere. And seems like Melbourne was the club that he was happy to go to.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so at all.
No, in the slightest. It's about spots on field. Like, I mean, there comes a day where you've just got people moving past others, right? And Steely was unfortunately, best case scenario, got his body right, kind of came back to the fourth midfielder. That was if everything went right for him. And to be honest, if it didn't, he probably wasn't getting a game next year. Like, if things went wrong for him, there's a good chance he missed the whole season through, doing an injury in the VFL before we actually needed to call him up, right? So, I mean, this is the best thing for his career. It's the best thing for us right now. Yeah, we're not getting much in terms of return, asset to use. But like, to be honest, Steele with us wasn't going to be a huge asset going forward. So he's not particularly a huge asset to anybody else either. It's just where we're at in the life cycle of players and their careers. So sucks, but hopefully Steele gets another year. Hopefully he gets re-signed. It goes
Yeah,
well.
I'm not sure.
Hopefully he loses every contest against us because, like, let's be real, he managed like 3 clearances a game, one of them from centre. So, I mean, if he's versing us next year in the guts, I don't reckon we're going to have to wait for a 6-6 to win the game, to be real. It's just how it goes.
Lockie says, the unfortunate irony is he wanted more support last year and McRae's probably pushed him out. That support has potentially gone past him, but also the emergence of Naz into the midfield, signing on Windy, keeping him, Filippo, the idea of Filippo coming back in, Sam Flanders doesn't help. It really doesn't. Bringing someone in who's 24, 25 in his prime and we know can play for the next 7 years at a much higher level than Steely. We know Prime Steely is a different beast, but he's not that player anymore, sadly. Whereas Flanders could be coming into his own. Naz, not even close to his peak. Filippo, not even close to his peak. And we're probably looking at a midfielder
not be close to his peak, to be honest. He's 24. He's barely had a proper run in the guts. Like, his one run in the guts looked pretty dang good. Admittedly, I'm not a huge fan of his kicking, but he seems to have not been kicking the ball as much anyway. He's more of a handball happy person these days. So, I mean, we could have a lot of development left. And yeah, it's looking a lot better, to be honest. We've got a lot to look forward to. It's why Steely would have struggled.
Yeah. We might be getting Ari on as well, but we're just waiting on him.
Let me know when Ari's going to come through. I might make another coffee. Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Ross is in the house.
It's going to happen. I think we've got to get over this. I think it's going to happen.
Don't let Damo finish. I don't say that normally, but let him finish talking.
We could be here until like 12 p.m.
The boss is in the house. The boss has come here to say, look, mate, look, Mackie, you're giving us Sam DeConing or we're done.
Yeah, we're taking SDK. We'll take your first round pick this year because, you know, maybe you do worse next year and you need it, and we'll call it a deal.
We've got Ari in the house. If you can hear us, we got you, Ari.
Yep. Have you got me?
Yeah, we've got you, mate. Welcome to the live deadline day trade talk, watch along, whatever you want to call it. You've seen the big news: Jackie Steele off to Melbourne for a 2027 third round pick. What's your reaction? Your brutal thoughts? I know you love Steely. What are your thoughts, mate?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm just walking home in the train station, catching up on all the trade news. Nothing had happened. I turned on trade radio and I got to hear Damien Barrett go, Jack Steele's just left St Kilda for a third round pick.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm crashing out for 2 reasons. One, because my computer's let me down, but also, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel until like there's more information provided, because I don't want to have a full crash out and then we find out, you know, this had to be done for whatever reason. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how everyone else is feeling, but yeah, I mean, flat. I'm shattered, to be honest. I mean, skipper of the club, he carried us through, you know, so many tough times. That 2020 Jack Steele was just absolute class. And yeah, I don't know. I'm upset. I'm trying to gather my thoughts as we speak, though. But yeah, has anything come out in the last 10, 15 minutes? Like, what do we know?
Well, we just saw that Ross Lyon is now in the house. And Damien Barrett thinks that there will be some talks between Geelong and St Kilda, obviously about Rowan Marshall. So that is still seemingly something Geelong are pushing hard for. Kerno hasn't gone through. I dare say Kerno is going to be one of the last ones. I just think that's scripted that way. Petrarca's done. Clary's done. I don't know if Archie's done yet. I haven't seen that one, but Marshall, imagine.
Yeah,
it's my birthday. I don't want to lose Marshall.
I know. I was literally just about to say happy birthday.
I don't want to. Thank you very much. I don't want to lose. We can't give in to Geelong unless it's something that we love, and it needs to be a trade where an outsider can look at and go, that is, over. St Kilda have done well there.
We fleeced them.
Otherwise, it just doesn't happen then, and he stays.
No, I mean, it's too much going on for me to even think about the Marshall stuff, but I just think, exactly what you just said. We just can't be trading Rowan Marshall. Maybe we traded Steele because, this is what we had to do. My thoughts honestly went toward, does the Winhager contract, does the Wilkie contract, did that play a part in this? Are those boys going to be, are they the reason that we had to, almost kick Steele out of the club? Because let's face it, that feels like pretty much what's happened. Does anyone truly believe that Jack Steele just, it was like, I want to request a trade to Melbourne and go play for them next year? I just find that pretty hard to believe.
Yeah, unless the club were very strong in saying, look, you're not in our best 23 from day one next season, and you're going to probably not be in there at any point soon. Have a look around. Maybe there's something there. I just want to quickly answer Marcus's question. It's just on afl.com.au. They're doing the live trade radio. So if you want to watch it along, you can. That's where we're getting all the information from. Be nice if Cal Toomey just sent me a text every now and then, but it's not happening these days. Steelers, Jones. He's also more expensive, but
he is probably going to be earning. He would have been earning 7 figures for us next year, so there's that to consider. But what's your reaction?
Sentimental, but I can understand the business perspective of it, and I think Saints fans are generally pretty sentimental as it is. But I feel like we're going in a direction where we're just going to... Clary... I thought they just said Clayton Oliver was done before.
It might just be the officially getting put through now.
See, this should be like... Sorry to cut myself off there, but this should be like the draft where they have like 2-3 minutes to lodge it, boom, and then it goes to the front desk and they talk about it. And they announce it. Pick 20, this is the trade, boom. It's literally just Toomey picking up his phone going, I've just got a text, the deal's done. Pick 20, Jack Steele, future 2029 pick, done deal. And that's it. And then they go and talk about something else and you don't even get time to absorb it. I just feel like they don't put the effort into the right areas. But anyway, that's my little rant. But yeah, my reaction was, I'm going to have to move that, Ari. Gonna have to get rid of that.
I know. I was watching your video yesterday and I thought, gee, if Steely goes, I've got all sorts of Jack Steele stuff. I'm not getting rid of it, but yeah, gee whiz. What was your initial reaction, Woody?
Like part of me kind of thought the second he says he wants out, he'll get that. So as soon as it came through that like Steele was interested in a move to Melbourne, I was kind of sitting there going, well, provided that's true, that means he's gone. And that was kind of my first coming to grips with it. And then it actually came through and it was kind of like, shit. I really, in some regards, I almost don't want us to win it next year. Like, it'd be like such a bittersweet moment to get it done and look back on some people that really helped us get there and just not have them part of the side. But we'll always remember Steele either way. Like that might never eventuate either way. So he's a part of folklore. He'll be a part of history, and we'll support him in every match that doesn't affect St Kilda. So.
Yeah.
No, he's
man.
reunited with Richo now.
Yeah. Same,
He'd
along with
hate
the
that.
5 other,
There's no way he'd love that.
the 5 other Saints
With
players
Tom
that they've
Campbell,
taken.
Max Heath. I mean, they don't have Jack Billings
Luke
anymore or
Dunstan.
Luke Dunstan, but you know, they've people question us for getting Carlton players. I'm going
Bro,
to Melbourne saying, what's going
Did you
on?
see what? Did you see what Alan Richardson did to Billings at the Best and Fairest?
I know he
That
basically
was
announced his
grim.
He
retirement.
retired him out of nowhere. Billings has been on trade radio since, being like, I'd actually take a job. Actually, if somebody was to give me one, totally would stay in the football world. Jeez, I would.
Could have been a swap. Jack Steele for Jack Billings. No, that's getting silly. Ari, we're still waiting on Ron Marshall, mate. What is your gut telling you? What do you think happens? If it does happen, what deal would suffice?
Look, I think with gut says no, it's just not going to happen. But if I'm certainly not ruling out the chance that it could. But I do feel confident that if he does get traded, we are going to get a great deal. I'm talking, 2 first rounders, something along those lines. Even maybe we have to give something back. But yeah, that's what my gut's telling me. With the Rowan one, yeah, I don't know. Did you guys have because on the surface, I thought Steele won't get traded, but I did have a gut feeling. The club putting out that statement was bizarre to me. That was the moment where deep down, I think I've always thought he was going to go this trade period, as much as I didn't want it to be true. I just can't get over. I think as the year goes on, we will, or not even the year, as the months go on and the hype builds for next year, we'll start to forget about it. But I'll be honest, I think the club's done him pretty dirty here. Yeah.
If it's a salary dump, does that ease the pain at all, or no?
Well, I would just have a lot of questions as to how the planning has panned out to where we've gotten to the last day of the trade period and realized we've have to offload him. Was this something that we had planned out, or did something come up late? Was the Wilkie contract, was the Windhager contract one of those came up that wasn't in their planning, and then all of a sudden, they need to dump Jack Steele. Of all players, for it to be him just feels so unfair. I know we do have to make the ruthless decisions, and it sounds hypocritical when we're talking about Aaliyah. I'm saying, we have to make the ruthless decision, but Aaliyah didn't play for us, hasn't been our captain. He hasn't earned any of that with the club. I just feel like, it does not sit well with me how we've treated Steely here, but we're gonna have to get over it eventually, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's absolutely right. That's what I had flagged late last week, that I was sort of been told is that there was a way to maybe get Steele to the Bombers, help the Hawks in turn get Merritt, and then in turn we would get Cam McKenzie while the Hawks get Merritt, But I think Steele probably saw the D's as a bit more enticing than the Bombers right now, which I think a lot of people probably would, to be honest. I don't think it takes a Einstein to realize the Bombers are, especially if you don't know if their captain's staying or going, and Melbourne have got a new coach. They're clearly buying into a full rebuild, getting rid of cutting the fat out of the team and trying to clean house. So if that had changed, maybe if Steely was open to the Bombers move, there could be a world where maybe Cam McKenzie could have been a Saint, but I'm not sure if that could be on now. And SDK, does it worry you guys that he has not been mentioned once in any of these talks?
It just makes me think that there's no interest from him. That's
what I mean. I feel like if there was ever any interest, at least as a hypothetical, they would have brought it up, but they haven't mentioned it.
Yeah. That's why I don't think. That's why I personally would never go through with this trade without getting a player in return. It's just not worthwhile. We will get worse for getting rid of Marshall. Steele would have been on the fringe, so there's a case to be made. Marshall will be in our best 23 next year, absolutely. So we get worse if we trade him for a first-round pick. It makes no sense to me. If we were to get to an SDK type player back, we would at least break even. Maybe get a little bit better, but. That's not, we cannot trade Ron Marshall for picks.
And it's to Geelong. It's to a team that thinks that he would win them the flag this year if he had been a captain.
Exactly.
There's no, if this was
Why-
the
why would we
Kangaroos
wanna do
wanting
that?
Marshall, if this was the Kangaroos, no offense again, but we all know Geelong's better than the Kangaroos, right? I think we can come to that conclusion. If it was the Kangaroos wanting Marshall, this would be viewed differently. But it's a club that we want to beat next season to make finals, and we want to and we're going to strengthen them. I don't know. Hawthorn's final offer for Merritt is in.
Yeah, I just heard that.
Just
Who
while
was
you
the
guys
player?
talk,
Was
I'm
it-
just going to perform a little ritual to get us some luck with Royal Marshall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you've
go
got
for
any
it.
sage, burn that one.
There you
Who
go.
was the
I've just lit-
player
I've
that-
just lit the Royal Marshall candle.
Yeah,
bro,
there it is.
Honestly, it might be one of those situations where
Rowan,
you use
Rowan,
it before you
Rowan.
come.
I'll leave this to
Oh.
burn in the background.
Keep those
Yeah.
goals a-flowing. We all know
Um,
the Roland Marshall song, right? The R29.
Of course, of course.
Through rain and wind and weather. What was it? Gresham and Billings by his side.
Not anymore.
That aged well. Go Saints.
Cheers.
Yeah.
But
Messiah and Flanders by his side. Yeah.
let's just say, just to go back to the Steele conversation for a second, because the way I read it is he's definitely been pushed out of the club. There's no way in an ideal world he plays for Melbourne over St Kilda. That's just the way I see it, just from the language that his camp has put out. So how do you guys feel with the fact that let's just I'm not saying this is definite, but let's just say he has been pushed out of the club. How do you guys feel about that compared to him saying I'm moving for the opportunity?
If he was pushed out, I would be somewhat disappointed, in the sense that the only way I could think he's been pushed out would be that the conversation he had where he came back to the club and handed in his captaincy post, BNF and whatnot. That would have been when we had something come up. Which has kind of decided, hey, Steely, look, we're going down this path now, and that unfortunately means this for you. In which, yeah, that would be frustrating that there hadn't been discussions earlier. I know Jake and I mentioned it in a previous chat about Steele, that Steele mentioned that he had thoughts of where am I at in my career when he got given the sub role and whatnot. So for me, I would have hoped they had those discussions kind of that period of his career, or that period of the season, about what his future might mean for us, and himself. However, I'd choose not to believe that is the case of this is the first time he's kind of heard any of this. I would hope that he has had discussions around not only that period but earlier about where he might lie if things were to go the way we'd like in the off season. So I think especially once we got to the point where we didn't think finals was going to be very possible, potentially not, completely mathematically possible. You go, all right, well, we're at the point of thinking about next year now. Steely, do you want to come in next week and we'll start having the chats about what that could mean? So I would have hoped he would have heard or started having discussions and thoughts around these sort of ideas mid-year, buy around sort of stuff.
Yeah. I'm just not confident that was the case is all.
Yeah, look, I agree. The only thought is I don't think I would have thought if Steele was having those thoughts, he would have handed in his captaincy. Because I would just what we've heard of Steele, what I've seen of him, I haven't spoken to the man himself, but he seems like the dude that would kind of want to do what's best for the club. And he seemed to say that towards the end until Melbourne actually came and showed how much they wanted him, right? So for me, it'd be, I think he probably decided he'd have a serious think about options at the end of the year when he handed in his sort of his jumper. I would have assumed he'd already had discussions about his totem pole and where he sits kind of in it at that point. And that's why he would have come back to the club, handed in the jumper, said, hey, I'm probably going to consider my options. If somebody really likes me, puts forward a really good case, yeah, maybe. And I don't want to consider those options while I'm the captain. So I'll hand in the jumper. So that's kind of my read on the situation, that he probably got it. He probably had those discussions before the BNF end of season at sort of worst case scenario. I would have liked it to have been sort of mid-year though, if like sort of just the start.
And I agree with that comment. To be honest, his wage didn't match his output anymore. I agree. I guess just my personal opinion is that he's going to have a big year next year, and that's certainly going to hurt him playing in another team's jumper. But from just a purely football perspective, taking all the emotion out of it, I still think he's in the best 23 going into round 1 next year if he would have stayed. But I would certainly acknowledge he's on the fringe. And if he's earning $1 million, you probably don't want to be on the fringe. So from a football perspective, I think maybe we get a tiny bit worse. We lose some depth in the midfield. I think he's a strong character off the field for us to have. So yeah, it's unfortunate. But like I said, it's hard to talk about without knowing the exact details of why we've actually done this. But on the surface, I'll just, being honest, I hate it. But we'll see what happens in these next 20 minutes.
Look, if we got James
harden up, Ari. Come on, mate. Get over it. We're here to win flags, mate.
Yeah, that's true. If we win flags, I'll get over it. I'll be sad for Jack to not be there in the side when we win a flag. That'll be about as sad as I get for it.
So Kerno's done, and we're still waiting on Rowe. Yikes. Rowe might be the one that goes to the actual minute. Do you know what? Sainers, I reckon we are here until 7:29, not knowing what's going on.
I don't reckon we'll know for sure until after.
We started the trade period with a bang. We got the deals done. We got Graham Allen talking to the on the press conference, and he was saying we got plenty of money and this and that. He was the headline.
Got plenty
I can
of
see
money.
St Kilda. Here we go. Mackey's on the move.
Oh no!
They cannot win this one. They took 09. We're not giving them Rowe.
What's your guys' gut feel on the Marshall situation? Does that happen or not?
I think we stand firm.
No, I think it happens.
I think it happens. Okay.
I think SDK joins us.
If it happens, it'll be 2 firsts.
A second, and they probably get a third from us.
SDK, wow. I mean, that'll just come out of absolutely nowhere. But, I mean, if that's the only situation, that I'm happy with trading him.
I see the thing. The reason I think we ditched Aaliyah is because I reckon privately SDK said he wouldn't be upset playing for us.
Well, we got rid of Steele. We could give SDK Steele's money.
I mean, we could give SDK Aaliyah's money.
Yeah, exactly right. Geez, Damo really wants Rowe to get traded. He's been pushing it for like a week.
Oh, Damien, I thought you were talking about
surely the Saints. Lordo, surely the Saints pick 19. I can't do it. We need.
He came out the other day.
We need Larkin.
Yeah. He came out the other day and was like, saying we should trade him for pick 19 and all this stuff. But I mean, as it's been very well documented, pick 19, it may as well be pick 25. Or even worse off. And I don't think any of us are absolute draft experts, but this has been pretty widely reported as being one of the worst drafts of all time. So pick 25 in one of the worst drafts of all time for Roll Marshall, not even close to a deal.
I do think people are a little bit overselling that, to be honest.
I'm uneducated. I'm just going off what other people are saying. So yeah,
it's just what's the counter argument? I'm like, the top 4 is pretty nice. Top 4 or 5 is pretty nice. And then there's a group from like 5 to 25, 30 that are fairly similar. So for me, it's like maybe the top end's not super good. But that first 30, if they're like reasonable, it could be a fairly depthy draft. Depends.
It's
We need a
funny
few
comment.
years to figure that out.
Yeah, nah. I mean,
Yeah, that's
I think it's also just like the compromise nature of it as well. Just makes it less
Oh.
enticing.
surely we
Get
can
it
get this
done.
done.
Get it done.
I'm not announcing
We're
it.
gonna lose him.
Do you guys think we get better if we lose Marshall and gain SDK?
I think long term we get better. I think maybe
I
short
kind
term,
of think so.
but long term we would be definitely, because we got the full back sorted.
Joe!
We just still don't have a full back. Oh, thank you, Joe. Legend, mate.
Birthday grand
What do we
Joey.
think? It hurts, mate. It hurts, but that's business, I guess. At the end of the day, we need to be making these calls, and we haven't been ruthless for most of our history, and look how far that's gotten us. So it hurts, but in the scheme of things, it's probably the right call. Would have happened sooner or later.
I thought Steely would end up at your club, Joe, to be honest. If anybody, I thought it was going to be you guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, as I said, taking all the emotion out of it, assuming there was a salary dump, all that stuff with the Steel situation, like it probably is the right call. But it doesn't change the fact that, it sucks. And getting a third rounder, it just doesn't make it any easier.
Oh, AJ, it's because it's a real photo, mate. It's because he's ready to go.
Did the Kerno deal actually get done? Because I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, but they're not
I'm
posting
wondering
like
as well.
they haven't really talked about what the
Trying to find it on.
like. This is my point: is the biggest deal of the trade period just got done supposedly, and they're not talking about details.
Yeah, even
I don't
Petrarca,
know them yet.
I'm trying to find the details of that one. 3 first-round picks, including
Okay,
7 and
growing
8.
confidence. The Charlie Kerno deal to Sydney gets done now. All the key players are thrashing it out with 25 minutes to go. Sydney would accept pick 42 back from the Blues with Kerno while giving up 11 future first and Haywood.
Yeah, so that's what they were talking about a few hours back.
Isn't 42 what they...
Jeez.
Isn't that basically what they gave up to get?
Okay. Maybe it's just the final offer. Maybe that Carlton haven't formally accepted yet.
Yeah.
I definitely will tonight, Tom. I'll cheers to Steely for a very good St Kilda career, and hopefully the good news of retaining Marshall. That'll cap it off.
We got the good juju.
Nice Pinot. Come on, Ro. Stay with us, mate. Thanks very much, Mark. I appreciate that.
Taking the emotion out of it, who even are we as Saints fans right now? Yeah, I definitely feel that. I mean, you got to approach it from different perspectives. It is a business at the end of the day, but you can talk about both sides of it. But yeah, no, I feel you. It's rough.
Yeah.
I also do wonder like how, your Wilkies of the world and
sorry, what was that?
Yeah, they're having another dip at Roma.
Come on, Sainers. Feels like I'm watching a game. I'm watching a footy game, but not really. I mean, we don't really have a dedicated fullback, Joe. So to have a 24-year-old, 200 centimeter that we can play at fullback with his,
and then with his as well,
pinch hit in the ruck with his brother. I mean, I think that'd be huge for us. It fits a need. It just fits a need.
Dougal Howard does exist, but
he does exist.
SDK
yeah,
would
but again,
definitely be better. Yeah,
I love Dukes, but I'm pretty sure he disappeared into
arc.
that Sydney cheer squad and never came out. I don't know about that.
Duke's redemption is gonna feed families. just you wait.
I hope so.
Do we know who Roll Marshall's manager is?
I'll find that out. Rowan Marshall manager.
It better not
it's not
be
Ben Williams.
Yeah, one of the big
It's not. It's not. He's at Hemisphere Management Group.
Yeah.
Who works at Hemisphere? Our team.
That, Paul Connors?
Alex McDonald, Nick Allen, Anthony Pinozzo. He looks like a guy that manages Marshall.
Kammer the Hammer. We do love Kammer.
Yeah, Caminiti as well. Yep.
Personally, I prefer Caminiti as a fullback to Dukes. I just think the closing speed and one-on-ones slightly favour Caminiti, and considering the age, I'd rather develop, see what we can get out of him.
Considering the age, yes, but if I'm picking the team right now, I'm picking Dougal.
If we had to go to a grand final, yeah, I might go Dougal.
Also, is this merit deal getting done, or what's going on there?
It will watch. It'll go. It'll be done the next 10. Oh, unless it doesn't get done. Yeah, my kind of tip
because
is
wasn't it meant
Essendon
to
will
be
hold
done?
firm.
Hang on, Joe, you're in chat. Is the deal done? What's going on?
Nah, Merritt's not gone yet. Has he?
I agree with you, Mark.
Yeah. Why are there no? Yeah, are there no cameras in the Saints room? Did we turn them off? Did we put a cloth over the lens?
We might have. I know Essendon put a cloth over the lens and rearranged their whole room.
No, we should do what Homer does at the power plant, where he just has him like sleeping and then wait, and it's on a loop. Do you remember that episode?
There's the other one where he gets the bucket and puts lipstick on it and some things. And it's just
we've got nearly 1,300 tuning in at the moment on all platforms, which is huge. Crazy. It's the most we've done all year. So everyone's on the edge of their seat waiting for this Rowan Marshall situation to sort itself out. I do not want to be posting Ron Marshall in a Geelong kit. I've got it ready. It doesn't look pretty.
I was going to say, I hope you don't even have it ready.
I'm not even going to show you guys unless I have to. I showed Steele and that backfired. Everyone got very upset in the comments, so I'm not gonna do it here.
Also, just as a side note, Gold Coast got a great deal on Petrarca, in my opinion.
Yeah,
definitely. What did they give again?
Nothing.
Melbourne.
Oh
no! Don't tell me.
No, that's 4 Connors for Kerno.
Oh, that's Kerno. Yeah.
Okay, thank God. I wish we were barracking for something to happen, not something to not happen. It would make it less anxiety-inducing to watch.
St Kilda will be paying a portion of Jack Steele's wage over the next 2 seasons.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, I thought if they're going to not pay Clary...
Jack Steele added an extra year to his contract as well.
Yeah, well, they're not going to take on his full wage if they're trying to get rid of Clary and Track and pay some of that, you know?
I just don't. That just makes it even more bewildering to me. If we're going to be paying part of the salary anyway, it's just...
It depends how much, though, man. Like, it could be like AFL minimum, you know? Like, if it's 200K, it's like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Not happy with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I know, the least they could do is put them next to the rooms, like...
Yeah, so Melbourne lost Petrarca, pick 24, pick 28, and a 2026 second-round pick, and then the Suns traded pretty much pick 7, 8. And a 2026 first-round pick. So, yeah, kind of levels out. I still think Melbourne got a bad deal
the only
there.
one they'll care about is the future, because 6 and 7 would have been eaten up for their draft picks anyway.
Yeah.
So they don't care about them at all.
Far out. They're going to be good next year.
They're already looking like it'll be really good.
Yeah. Jai Simpkin to stay at North Melbourne.
Yeah, well, they want 2 firsts.
Yeah, that's
never going to happen. Never.
St Kilda have just posted the thank you Jack Steele post. Interesting to see what the reception on that one will be.
I posted that my one an hour ago. It's mixed bag.
Not one club called Jordan Begoe or tried to do anything with him.
Do you want me to read what the club said about Steele?
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Thank you, Steely. After 185 games with the Saints, our former skipper will depart the club in a trade with Melbourne. Since joining the club, Jack has been the ultimate professional and has led this club as captain with strength, humility, and care since 2021. A two-time All-Australian and two-time Trevor Barker Award winner. We thank Jack for his incredible service in the red, white, and black and wish him nothing but the best for the next chapter in his career. Forever a Saint.
Yep, that's fair.
God damn.
Hopefully
No,
that's the only
I
one
feel
we have to
so
post.
bad. Like, there's only one thing that I feel bad about for Jack, because like I'm glad that he got an extra career, like a year on his career, hopefully making more money, whatever. But the first video I did with Metrics, I like highlighted like a transition between like Naz and like a handover between Naz and Steely, where Steele like had to keep an eye on two people. I remember so many people tore into Steele, and I was like, well, that's like Naz being stupid for one, but also the coaching like allowing that to happen too. And like everybody jumped on Steely and it's like, oh, that's such an indictment on Steele's like decision making. And I was like, man, that's not what I was trying to point out at all. Like I was like, God damn, like
Man,
yeah.
The comments on this post are just absolutely pouring in, confirming I won't be a member in 2026. This is why we can't have nice things. Shattered doesn't even begin to cover it. You deserved more, Steely. Yeah, it's a lot.
Don't cancel your memberships because of it.
No.
Good times are coming, irrespective of your belief.
Yeah.
Don't do that stuff.
Literally just sold our soul. Thanks for nothing.
To be fair, we got like 15, 18,000 new $7 memberships through, so like,
yeah.
Probably won't notice it.
And you know what? Just a quick note. The teams that we need to contend with to make finals next season, Hawthorn, if they don't get Merritt, they don't strengthen. Geelong, if they don't get Kerno or Marshall, they don't strengthen. Sydney, if they get Kerno, will strengthen, yes, but they're giving up a couple of players as well. I think it's an important note. What's that?
Oh, Zach Merritt's not getting done.
Good. We don't want him at Hawthorn.
He's pissed.
I need to get this up. Fuck.
Oh my Lord, it's not going to get done.
Jared Ruff, is that Jared Ruffhead just sitting there
that can't be too shocking though. I mean, Essendon were pretty. I know people thought that was a bluff.
They threw Huswaite again. Like they needed
Huswaite is worth a fourth rounder. Like it's just a junk addition.
Yeah, you need to be putting in like I put in my projected one. It needed to be a Mitch Lewis or something like that. It needed to be a player they would play every single week.
C-Mac. Then
his manager is livid. Are you guys seeing this?
Yeah, I'm watching it. I'm watching it now.
He's just parading around the room.
AFL website, Nick, AFL website, and you can watch it or listen to it.
10 minutes, 30 seconds.
I'm sorry, but what did they expect? They need to just offer a king's.
Man, if we get enough for Marshall, let's try and get Zach Merritt. Screw it.
Could you?
Screw it.
I jokingly, I don't know who I said it to, but yeah, imagine that was the play. 19 for Marshall, the future first for Geelong, and then the 2027 first. Does that get them thinking?
3 firsts for him. We'd probably have to chuck a player on top that they'd like.
It could have been Steele, but he's gone.
Travalia, I reckon. Or somebody like that. It'd have to be like super young and good.
Yeah, Ronnie Burns, good. Dan Butler.
Ronnie, I love Ronnie, but like he wouldn't cut the mustard, you know.
Steele. There's a quote from Steele on the website. Do you want me to read?
Yeah.
This club has been such a big part of my life for the past 9 years, and I'll always be grateful for the opportunities I've had here. To captain the Saints and represent our members and fans has been an incredible honor. I've been lucky to play alongside some great teammates, build lifelong friendships, and share so many memories with the people who mean the most to me. While it's the right time for me to take on a new challenge, I'll always carry deep connections to St Kilda, and I'm so thankful for the support I've received from the club and the fans over the journey. And then Carl Delina says, Jack embodies everything we want this club to stand for: courage, humility, and relentless effort. Throughout his career, Jack's commitment to his teammates and his club has been unquestionable. He carried the responsibility of captaincy with class, performed on the biggest stages, and he leaves having given everything to his teammates and the club. We wish Jack, his fiancée Jazz, and the entire Steele family nothing but the best for the future. It's not a lot in there, but it's a bit of waffle, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it also says a lot about hopefully our turning culture internally for when players, if they do eventually leave the football club, to also be really good people, really suitable in a culture for like a Melbourne. So the fact, to me, it's almost a compliment to the club and to Steely that Melbourne look to him more than just for his football, but also his sort of cultural fit for them at this point in time. So that's a credit to Steely and hopefully what we're building at Moorabbin to have players come out the way Steely has.
And just, I mean, I'm sure anyone educated on the matter isn't going to be. But God, if one person boos Jack Steele next year, they've got no clue.
Yeah.
No one's booing.
No,
I hope
It's
so.
not happening.
If Rowan Marshall leaves, though, that's a different story.
If we're up and about, we're winning games, and we play Melbourne with Steele, people will just clap.
Yeah.
People will just clap.
I would do that for sure.
Yeah, we got a father-son from Steele, so that's a good thing. All right. We're down to the final 7 minutes.
We're on our...
Somebody just walked straight into St Kilda's room.
All right, quiet, everyone.
Dave Crotter.
It's back on.
See, I don't like when they say that. We're hoping that this... Get stuffed. We're hoping Geelong get who they want, is what the AFL want to say.
7 minutes to
Something's
go.
happened.
There's no way that it takes this long for them to just offer
Big
a
19 and
first.
future second.
Oh, would you be taking that?
Next year's future second.
Say again.
This year's first, 19, and a future
I
second.
think so, yeah.
So pick 19 and a
Geelong's-
future second.
Yes.
No. Flat no. That's not even close.
That's the offer. I'll put it up on the screen.
If it's going to be picks, it has to be 2 first rounders.
Well, that's what if it was pick 19 and a future first, I would say shit, that's testing us.
Yeah.
A future second, we gave up our future second for Liam Ryan, so that would replace that one. And that's what Geelong wanted. I mean, GWS wanted for Alir that we backed out of. There's about
If they're not going to send a player, the deal's just not getting done.
pick 19 and a player.
I seriously hope Gubby and Sauce's just sitting in there right now saying, until you come to us with a player, don't bother.
This is where you shake their hand and you just walk out. You say, thanks very much.
Geelong trying to bully us into submission. Yeah,
I'd
don't give into this crap.
I'd turn around to him and basically say, like, yeah, look, SDK, 2 first.
Like, you're strengthening, future second sounds good if you're talking to the Bombers or Richmond or North or whoever or West Coast. We're talking about Geelong who would have Rowan Marshall. That's beyond pick 25. And pick 19 is going to be pushed to pick 23 anyway.
In the background howling. I don't know if you guys can.
So it's pretty much 2 picks in the 20s that they're offering, I think, at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, pick 19 as well. Yeah, it's not pick 19. I just put the Marshall
22
candle back
or
there
23 or
for
whatever.
Juju.
Centre half forward,
It'll be
2026.
like pick
Come on.
23, 24, and pick 40, 35.
Yeah.
It's 7:26. I just realised.
Yeah, wow. 4 minutes.
But they always leave there's a bit of leeway, I think, post 7:30 to
I
I think
lodge
if
it.
you get in line to put
then
the
it's okay.
trade in or something, then you can wait there.
So if Andrew Mackey starts walking to another room, we're in trouble.
Yeah. But I just think
Jeez,
it's too late to add a player to this package, which is why I'm just saying the deal better be off. We're all saying it. I'm just praying that Sauce and Gubby are on the same page.
There's no way Geelong would know now Sam de Koning wants to leave and they're waiting until now to bring it in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would just be shocking if that hadn't have leaked to the press.
So the Rowan Marshall deal is going to be after the Curnow deal. This is stressful.
Done.
Meaning it's happening?
Curnow's done.
Would we take 19 in a future first? I think that would get us
Maybe
thinking about it.
I wouldn't be angry at that, but I'd still be a little pissed.
Yeah, future second this whole time would be it? Nah.
Oh, come on. Yeah. The Caps have up their offer for Rowan Marshall. Yeah, no. So that's what you just said.
Yep.
Yeah, this is bloody stressful.
What a surprise that the Curnow deal happened so late.
Yeah. Is that official?
Zach Merritt's not done?
Curnow's done. Zach Merritt might. There's 2 minutes to go.
I mean, Geelong got Jeremy Cameron at 7:29 p.m. a few years ago. I remember that. They always do it within a minute or two of 7:30. I'm hoping not now.
Imagine losing Steele and Marshall on your birthday, Jake.
Yeah, I mean, not ideal. Not ideal. I'll definitely be getting
ideal
on the
at
Reds
all.
anyway, but I mean, can't forget Ari's birthday yesterday as well, everyone. Put it in the comments. October 14th was Ari's birthday, so give him a happy belated birthday.
You got that.
Thank you, mate.
Just put the attention on him for a little bit.
Yeah. There's 1 minute to go in the trade period. Come on, no one gives a crap.
Yeah. Future second for happy birthday, Ari.
Yep, Curnow officially done. I want to see the details
I'm
of
going to
that.
get that banner off.
Zach Merritt's not happening.
Yeah, Merritt's not. Please stand firm, St Kilda. Yep, stay strong, Saints. Come on.
80 seconds.
Oh boy.
I can't even look at the comments in case someone sees it before me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Get on the phone, Jake, and say we said no.
Yeah, Gubby? Nah.
Uh-oh.
Tell him to get stuffed. It's STK or nothing, mate, all right? Yeah. All right, see ya.
This definitely will be the longest minute ever.
We've got 33 seconds.
Wait up. Andrew Mackey's just texted. I'm just going to go for this gag for the next 20 seconds. No, I can't. Because if it backfires on me.
It doesn't
Sorry,
look
guys.
like it's a deal.
For Marshall.
Come
They've got 15
on.
seconds to make it into the
15
closed room.
seconds. Where's Bass Dog? We need him just to storm in and... Nah, nothing's more cringe than that, mate. That's max cringe. There's nothing that beats that.
We've hit deadline.
Yeah,
And the special commission has been sorted.
Merritt's manager is still in the room with the Hawks list bosses.
Archie didn't go through.
Like, he's out of contract.
He'll go through.
He'll go to the
process
draft.
Oh, Brisbane, that's just stupid.
So,
Wow. Yeah, that is interesting. Okay, can we get some confirmation here? Surely someone's got the info.
the AFL is going to give the Cats a bonus. It's Fergie time. If anyone watches the EPL, it's plus 5 minutes.
Zach Merritt
and Marshall.
Archie not Dean.
Oh no, Geelong are moving.
No, they look happy.
Fuck.
Oh no, they did a little pat. Like, yep, good job.
Nah.
I think. I hope it's two firsts. Like, if anything, it's going to be two.
Please.
Oh, lads.
No.
Fuck's sake.
Say it for Marshall. Don't say anything, guys.
Oh, why are they walking through the hallway?
We didn't accept the future second, did we?
No deal.
Yeah. Get stuffed, Geelong.
Yes.
No ruck for you.
Let's go.
Is that confirmed?
Let's hope so.
Oh, shit. I nearly posted the photo of Steele saying that he was staying. That would have been a bad decision. It's confirmed?
They're not confirming it yet. Hang on.
Riley Beveridge just said.
You can't mess with our emotions by saying that.
Okay. It looks like it's not done.
No deal, Saners, is that right? Because they're
It's
really
looking
bad
very
at confirming
likely,
this.
but we'll see in the next few minutes.
How hard is it for
confirmed.
do they not realize that we're doing a live stream right now and we're panicking on in front of 1,000 people?
Please don't end up being a clip.
That's what I'm saying. I can't celebrate, say get stuffed Geelong, and then immediately have my player leave for Geelong. I can't do that. The Hoops crew will have too much fun with that. I can't.
Oh god.
Yeah, they got bonus 5 minutes because someone fell on the floor before.
I'm just wondering why Andrew Mackey is walking in the hallway. No
No deal?
Archie is just crazy because that's just going to hurt Brisbane.
No deal. Cool. I'm
Well,
posting it. All right. Well, in that
You
case,
beauty.
let me just confirm something for people. This better not be clipped if something changes. There we go.
oh,
We got
thank
out of it
God.
all right.
Yeah.
That was a mess. That was stressful. I mean,
Hawthorn were idiots this trade period. Genuinely.
Essendon
Merritt
keeping
could've
Merritt
taken him
after
before.
all that
Yeah, that was pretty
is
wrong.
insane.
I mean, what they stayed at resolute through the whole time that they were keeping him. So it's on Hawthorn that deal didn't get done.
Rowan Marshall
Yeah, good
doesn't
call
get-
here. So, I mean, they wined and dined, Ro. They got him to nominate.
Yeah.
Are Geelong going to
And
get
then they
any
don't
heat
get
like
the
we
deal
did?
done. Yeah.
Does this question their future dealings? They couldn't get it done. If Geelong offered a player, I dare say that might have got done. You can't have your cake and eat it too, Geelong.
Player
how it
agents
works,
will be worried about suggesting Geelong going forward. Nobody's going to join them.
Yeah, and North Melbourne for not picking up Alir as well. That was questionable call by them. Yeah, best 23 video. That'll come soon. There'll be I think I've got Ari's got his 23, Woody's got his 23. We're going to do a whole thing. We'll go through everyone's 23 and break it down. Yeah, exactly. They wined and dined him for 2 years. They bought him a farm already. That's what I've been
They've been
told.
paying for his haircuts in Geelong. That's what I got told.
Geelong don't, and we can't forget, they also didn't get Curnow. They didn't strengthen at all. I mean, they got Warple.
But they also didn't trade for Warple. It was a free agent.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like Sydney have fleeced Carlton as well for this Kano deal, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah. No farm for Rowe. No, give us SDK. You know what? He's got, 2 years left on his deal? Watch this time next year and the year after when we come hunting.
Imagine Merritt as well. Bro's going to be like getting negative 200 meters gained a match. Like, it's like.
He'll just play.
I don't reckon he will.
I think he'll just.
I reckon he'll just sit it.
Nah, you don't think he'll play a game?
What's the point? Why would he? I wouldn't.
Hawthorn needed to have a better player in that deal. They needed to put a best 23, a player that had played in the finals, to get it over the line. And they put a player that doesn't get a game. That's their problem. And that was Geelong's issue too. Well, clubs don't want to get rid of players. They just want to use picks, but picks don't have the leverage they once had. They're not worth anything anymore. You need to be putting players in the deals.
I can't remember who said it, but it was like one of the former coaches at like Hawthorn or something. And they were like, oh yeah, when they brought like free agency in, we were just like, oh, wait, we don't have to trade for anybody anymore? Like, we can just buy them? And like, I think a lot of teams have forgotten that you can't just buy anyone. Like, you actually have to wait till somebody's out of contract to probably get that done. Even then, you're risking like going to the preseason where realistically somebody could jump in front of you. I think it's only happened to like Hugh Greenwood, but like, yeah, it's one of those ones where like this is probably the first year in a while that we've seen just trades not get done. Like, teams are trying to hold players to account.
It's good. Well, if you're a player and you're signing a long-term contract, don't expect you can just back out of that whenever you want. I think that's good for the league.
100%.
Yeah.
That is And I mean, Ollie makes a good point. AFL to blame. Draft picks hugely diluted at the moment in value.
Exactly.
Clubs don't want them. Clubs don't want futures. They don't want even first rounders.
I feel like there's a club that's been onto that for a while.
There's been a who?
Oh wait, that's us. Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, I thought. I mean, I was going to say Gold Coast, because first round picks for them are nothing.
No, I mean, like we've been, beating the drum of the draft is compromised, and this is, plays a part in none of these deals getting done.
So they get 3 firsts.
1.2.
I'm stunned Merritt didn't.
Honestly, Will Hayward, Sydney first round pick 20. Yeah, right. I mean, it's a pretty good deal, but some of those first round picks might not be great, especially if Sydney are good in 26 and 27. I just never thought the Merritt one was getting done.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
couldn't have done much more, but makes it awkward now. Oh yeah, I didn't put that up. I should have.
Jeez, like Essendon really should have let him go.
You think they should have cashed in? Do you think this was?
100%. This will set him back years.
Yeah, I mean, culturally, it's gonna either unite them, and it's kind of in a weird way, kind of what we're like in the same realm where we're splashing the cash, we're getting all these players in, will either turn us into a force or blow up in our face. Keeping him will either somehow reinvigorate them, unite them, and then they get on with it. But I mean, their history in the last 10 years doesn't say that happens. But I mean, I don't know what they were asking for. They wanted
4 first round picks.
They wanted 4 firsts.
That's what it's been saying, yeah.
So they wanted 2 like top 10s or 1 top 10 this year, and then a teens plus futures potentially. Yeah. Wow.
I can't wait for this this interview with Zach Merritt's manager.
Do you reckon he's going to be Merritt's manager much longer?
Well, it looks like he did everything he could have done if you were looking at the vision.
Clubs.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think it's on Hawthorn. They're the ones that went after him. They're the ones that wanted him. You get the deal done if that's the case, you know.
But you know now that everyone's going to go for Essendon and say how silly of them. They should have cashed in. They should have just done the deal. You know, no one's going to go at Sam Mitchell and say, "Oh, he and his wife took him out, had dinner with him, convinced him." But he never nominated. He didn't nominate formally like Rowe, like a bunch of other players, which is interesting. Maybe that was a deliberate ploy because they really thought this was a long shot. Imagine if he nominated, but it was implied anyway. You know?
I mean, the best part about all this, and obviously we've touched on it already, but not only did Geelong not get Kerno, they don't get our man either, Roma. So they don't strengthen, you know. It's not only good for us because we hate Geelong, but it's great for us because we could be competing with them for a top 4, top 8 spot next year. So, yeah.
Wait till we play Geelong. We unleash Roma, TDK against them. Play Dodson the same game. Put in 3 rucks while they got no one. They're going to play
Roma TDK versus Reece Stanley. Let's go.
Yeah, Roma TDK versus Stanley.
TDK sits forward on SDK.
Yeah. And then, King just takes hangers.
Yeah,
that's fun. Yeah, I think it would have been nice to go through this without losing anyone, but at the end of the day, I think if you had to pick out of the 2 players that could have left, unfortunately, I think we all would have said Steele to go and Roma to stay. I think that's the general consensus.
I mean, from a pure football perspective, absolutely. You know,
and business perspective too. Rowe front-ended deal. Steele looks like it wasn't.
Yeah. I'm taking all that into account. The fact that the deal's better. You know, Rowan is a lock in our 23. Steele is not. Like for the club, it's for the betterment. But it doesn't and won't change the fact that many Saints fans, you know, including myself, are just going to be hurt for a while about this Steele situation.
Yeah.
Also, look at Carlton's what Carlton have brought in and has left. Like that's an insane trade period.
The ability for Carlton fans to be incredibly excited about players that have played like 4 or 5 games is pretty wild, to be honest. Like some of their ins are definitely big wins. Love Hayward.
Yeah,
I think he can be really helpful. But like, if they think they're going to get anything out of Reedy, I'd be very surprised. Like, very, very surprised.
Well, I think actually, that to round it out, I'll put this up. Where is that? Here we go. I'll change that to not so far because we are done. But out of 10 Sainers, now that we're wrapped up, I'll obviously do a trade period review video probably tomorrow. I'll have a birthday wine and dinner tonight and mull this over. But what would you rate our trade period out of 10 right now? We'll start with Woody. Out of 10, give me a number.
Feels like an 8. I feel like Steely's like an emotional piece because it's if we didn't lose him, you'd probably give it a solid 10. But I mean, all in all, really, really good. Maybe paid a little bit more than I'd like in some cases, but we got all the deals done and very happy. So 8 out of 10, fairly happy. 8.5, that area.
Yep. Ari, out of 10?
Yep. 8 out of 10 as well because, I mean, the positives, I think we all know. You bring in Silvani, TDK, Flanders on a reasonable but not perfect deal. We would have liked to get something back in an ideal world. Liam Ryan, that deal was done pretty fairly. And also, like, as a fan, I appreciate that they were done in a timely fashion as well. Not getting rid of Rowe, big tick. But then you've got the Lee Kalir situation, which I'm not mad about the fact that we didn't get him. the way that played out, I thought, I don't care what anyone else says about that, but just looking inward, I wasn't thrilled with the way we handled that. Could have thought we'd done better. And then obviously the Steele situation is just a huge stinger. So 8 out of 10. It's definitely more positives than negatives. So it makes next year just so exciting.
Nah, it's more than a 6 points.
How about you, Jakey?
It's more than a 6.75, mate. Let's be real. Let's be real here. I'll have to watch that Ross interview again later, but I would go.
I think it lasted like 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was very. By the time I clicked on the website, it was done. I think an 8.5 out of 10. It would have been, to be honest, I think it would have been a 10 out of 10 if we didn't lose anyone. Yeah. It wasn't about the business we got done. It was about all of that. But I think an 8.5, 9. Like I think we couldn't have asked for much more at the start of the year if you had told me this is what we do. On top of re-signing Naz, Windy, keeping Wilkie as well, Filippo re-signing, all these players, I think it's huge. And Flanders, I think people hopefully will learn how good he can be when he starts playing for us.
Yeah, I think if we didn't lose Steele, I'd almost give us a 10 out of 10. So that's the one for me. And also, if anyone knows what Ross just said, can they put that in the comments?
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone's got a quote from Ross, it might be on Twitter now anyway.
It was I was playing on the side when I saw him. By the time I turned it off, he turned it up. He said, "Thank you, guys," and just walked off. I was like, "Oh."
You saw Damien Barrett and he was out of there.
Pretty much. Yeah, I think the only thing I look back on and go, "Oh, well, what could we have done better?" Look, would have liked to have gotten Aaliyah in. Would have liked to have gotten SDK in. Probably would have come at the cost of Roma, though. So I think weighing it up, I'm fairly happy with the outcome. The only real thing for me longer term, they're going to be doing that a lot next year.
And anyone worried, just sorry to interrupt you, Woody, but anyone worried about Rowan and TDK having beef, whatever it is.
Best buds.
There you go. Or even him being unhappy, like he'll be fine.
That was the day after he supposedly nominated Geelong.
Yeah.
So
no, I know that it's been good. Like we'll get good results, man. Like this is going to be a good thing.
I mean, that's where the deck chairs move around again. If you're not good enough, you get traded. You get delisted. Cash is freed up. You give it to your best players. You keep your best players. Simple as that. Thank you very much, Nick. It's straight to the red. Appreciate that. That's really kind of you. 10 out of 10. Other than Alir, I mean, depends on how he goes. If Alir doesn't perform next season, that 8.5 out of 10 turns out to be a 10. I find it interesting that the GWS socials, I know they're funny, but like their commentary around it is like Alir ditched us to come back to the Giants, which is not what happened. Like if you watch
Andrew
what they posted, is he?
Yeah, just
what's he saying?
Talking about songs.
I remember that. What's Mackie saying? Anything of interest?
He said, we tabled some pretty attractive offers, I would have thought.
All right. I'm listening now.
My understanding was that was strong in reference to his desire to play for Geelong next year.
He would know that we tried everything we can to bring him in.
You really
that
did.
No, they didn't.
Did you
yeah.
tap
That's a
one
lie.
player on the shoulder?
Absolutely.
Did you offer
You
up
didn't
your
ask.
future
They didn't
first?
ask exactly. You didn't ask one player, Mackie.
Yeah.
And you know what? I take that as a compliment that they didn't want to give us a player because they know we're on the up.
Yeah.
So they're thinking what I was thinking. Do not strengthen a team that might be you're competing against at some point. They didn't want to strengthen us in any way. They didn't want to, and we didn't want to strengthen them. When that happens, nothing happens, which is exactly what happened.
If that's an attractive offer, then get stuffed. Agreed.
Yeah.
Also, Jared Ruff's not looking happy walking down the hallway, having not gotten the Zach Merritt deal done.
Lose Warple, don't get Merritt. Your midfield is now weaker.
Yeah. Like Hawthorn's as well. But like Geelong, I don't get. Like they're as far as we can tell, right? Maybe one or two pieces away from competing for another premiership. Like a kid's not going to get you there. Like it's just not. Like a pick 19, like they might be helpful, but they're unlikely to come in and take you from competing to a full like out and out premiership side. So, I mean, for me, if they wanted to compete, they should have been trying to do it over this next 3-year period or so while Tassie's coming in, and like honestly, their assets are going to be worth less and less over the coming years. Like I can't see how they get Butters next year. I can't see how they get Merritt if Merritt were to want to go that way. Like they just don't have better assets going forward. Like right now is their opportunity. So yeah, I don't know.
Well, out of all the teams outside the top 8, we've probably strengthened the most, and that's all we can do. Who else out of the top 8 has strengthened more than us?
Sydney, maybe.
They got one player, and they lost 2.
Yeah, but they really needed that one player, to be fair.
They haven't. Curnow is not worth more to Sydney than what 4 blokes are to us. There's no way. You don't think? You think that the value is the same?
Overall, it could be similar, I reckon. Because Will Hayward didn't do a ton this year. Like, what else did they give up? Ollie Florent was barely getting the game.
I mean, assuming Curnow stays fit.
Really going to use. They got Jai Sarong.
Yeah.
I think Curnow stays fit. Jai Sarong plays reasonable. That might be enough to be they've needed a key back and a key forward. Like that's just what they need. Curnow's really good in that regard. Sarong, who knows really? So, no, they'll make up like 20 odd goals from the ins and outs, I reckon. And I reckon we do similar numbers, 20, 30 odd goals. Something
just
like
King
that.
alone and we'll make up the difference.
Well, that's true.
Not to mention everyone else. That's what I mean. Like in terms of who hasn't played a game this season, King is an inclusion to me, like the players we've brought in from other clubs. So put him in there. I think Sydney would be second best behind us out of the bottom 8. I think we've strengthened the most.
Coin, but it's definitely I don't know. My most excited is probably Liam Ryan. I just reckon that dude's gonna get way more goals than any of our other forward pockets have for 20, well, not 20 years, maybe like 5 or so years.
You think he's going to kick more than what Higo did this year? He's going to kick close to 50.
Higo got what, 45? Yeah, I reckon he'd go fairly close. I reckon he'd go like 35, 40. If we're playing him deep, for sure.
Well, there we have it, Sainers. That is the 2025 AFL Trade Period. It's flown by. Not really. It's felt like it's gone for 6 months and it's done. We got out of this pretty unscathed for a little bit. Our PR, I guess, they got a bit of a hit last week with the Aaliyah stuff, and then today, obviously losing our captain of the last 4 or 5 years. So that's going to sting for a little bit, but we retain Rowe. We got our targets done early. Graham Allen is going to sleep really well tonight, I think. You think he and Ross and Sauce are going out tonight having a wine or something?
Maybe. Again, if this Jack Steele situation didn't exist, then absolutely. But I'm gonna hold on to myself for a while.
I know you've gone very quiet there, Ari. Are you watching Jack Steele highlights? Are you?
I am. No, I was listening to the Adelaide List boss and Cal Archie's manager are doing a joint press conference, practically just shitting on Brisbane.
Yeah, didn't Brisbane wanted pick 16?
Yeah, that's ridiculous for an out of contract player he's good, 2-time premiership player for sure, but that's just the values don't line up.
Question: could Callum Archie be Adelaide's Luke Ball? Get them over the line against Brisbane in the grand final. Could be.
Maybe so.
Yeah. I had a mate just message me and he's like, could we pounce on Archie in the draft?
I'd love that.
Get him before Adelaide.
That'd be sick.
True.
We could probably. It's definitely a possibility.
What's your dog's name, Woody?
That's Toby. He's
Toby.
He's a Cocker Spaniel, and he's a fluffy dude that just drops hair all over the place.
I was watching him just wander around.
Yeah, I think he wants to go out and go to the toilet and all that.
Yeah. I might wrap it up here, guys. It's been 2 hours and 27 minutes. Yep, it has been pretty much as long as the Brownlow Medal stream. Over 1,500 tuned in at one point, which is all-time numbers across Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. So thank you very much for that. I would stay longer, but I probably should go out and enjoy my birthday. I'm getting pretty old now. It feels weird being older than most of our list, you know? Do you ever think that? Oh, Ari, you don't have that.
I mean, when I started hitting 2021, I did think it's weird that there's players that are younger than me, but I'm not quite up to the heights of your guys' age, so I won't be catching you for a while.
The height. That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
That's the most respectful way I can think of.
As a shorter man, height, we'll take that one.
Absolutely.
I feel like we all got to give Jake his happy birthday, so get it in the chat, guys.
Absolutely.
But yeah, otherwise, I mean, look, this is going to be pretty reasonable. If it weren't for Steele, this is going to be ticks across the board in terms of birthday draft, birthday picks and whatnot. So,
and spending the night with the two of you, and obviously everyone watching at home or wherever you're watching the show. Thank you very much. I don't want to age, mate. I'm in denial here. I just don't want to get old at all. But thank you very much, everyone, for the messages, even during the day as well, DMs and whatnot. Very kind. I might pop the vino tonight and celebrate. Maybe not specifically tonight because we lost Steely, but what this means hopefully for next year and the years to come. Top 8, it's on the cards now, isn't it, boys?
It better
That's
be.
the plan, man.
It better be.
I was thinking this quickly. I'll forgive a 9th if it's you need 15 wins to make the top 8. I'd forgive that. But otherwise, we've got to be aiming for top 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Non-negotiable now. All right. I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for tuning in for 2 hours and 30 now. Thanks to Ari for jumping on right after work. Really appreciate that, mate. Thank you. And obviously Woody for spending the whole time on the show. Thank you again for jumping on, mate. No doubt we will do more of these in the coming weeks, and maybe as a predicted 23 as well. We'll get on, get a few other people on as well, and we can all sort of sort out and organise what we think is our best 23 for next season. But until then, thanks very much, Sainers. Enjoy the rest of your night. Take care. As always, go you mighty Sainers. See you guys.
Saints. I'm off to Egypt.
Go Saints.